Playboy Carti, I Am Music album review. Let's talk about it.
At T-Mobile, our critical mission is providing unparalleled 5G coverage for when connectivity is mission critical. Introducing T-Priority, America's best 5G network experience for first responders, even in times of congestion. More capacity, faster speeds, better coverage. T-Priority from T-Mobile, built for tomorrow's emergencies, ready today. Discover more at t-priority.com.
For qualifying organizations on eligible rate plans, coverage not available in some areas and may be impacted by emergencies.
Last week was our first playoff game, and my plaque psoriasis was so itchy under all my gear. Sometimes just thinking about scratching could take me out of the moment. And then my doctor told me I could get clearer skin with a pill called Otezla.
Otezla apremilast is a prescription medicine used to treat adult patients with plaque psoriasis for whom phototherapy or systemic therapy is appropriate. Otezla can help you get clearer skin after just 4 months.
Okay, ready for the next game. Talking to my doctor about a pill was a total game changer.
Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla. Call 1-844-4-OTEZLA or visit Otezla.com for prescribing info about cost, and more.
How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It Music Reviews Season 11. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Guys, it has been 4 years since I've talked about Playboy Carti. 4 years ago, guys, I made a promise 4 fucking years ago that I would review Playboy Carti's Whole Lotta Red album. And I'm going to be honest, guys, that did not happen. I'm just going to be real. And, I begin these emails keep piling up, over and over and over again. You're not going to review Playboy Carti's new album. You're not going to do it. Blah, blah, blah. I've been hearing this shit all day. And let me tell y'all something. I came prepared for this fucking album review because my years of covering this album, guys, one of the things that I'm going to tell y'all is that I came prepared, and I became with my fucking 42 Bud Light pack, and I'm ready to review this album. That's right, guys. We are reviewing this album while I'm getting drunk as hell, because Playboy Carti is known for, being on those substances, being on those, devices, I guess you could say. And I have my own device of my own, and that's a good old 42 pack. So, guys, we have a long-ass album to cover. 34 tracks. This album is over an hour long. I mean, this album is longer than most fucking movies that come out. So get ready for this shit. We got a good-ass album review for you. This is going to be a 3-part trilogy, guys. So get ready for this shit. Now, guys, for a 3-part album review, I have to tell you how we do our album reviews around here. If you don't know the format at all, guys, for the first part, we're going to be going over my 3 overall points of how I'm feeling about the album. Part 2, we're going to start looking into all of the tracks on the album. But, guys, we're going to be doing something a little bit different that we haven't done on this show. Once we get to track 15, once we've gone and talking about the track 15, once we're there, we're going to be pausing the album review and coming back later to review the rest of the tracks. There is over 30 plus tracks, so we're going to split up the track review process into...
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
The 2 other parts. The final part, I will be going over every single song, and I'll be giving my final thoughts and my final score of how I'm feeling about this Playboy Carti album. So, let's not waste any time, guys. Let's get started talking about Playboy Carti I Am Music album review. This is the first part, and I got some points I need to get off my chest. So let's get started right now. Now, guys, my ex-wife would not condone this level of drinking. I'm just going to be real. You know, I've already had a couple of beers in, and I said, you know what, we might as well review this fucking new Playboy Carti album. So let's get to talking about this. My first point, we got to talk about this production. I mean, this production, when I talk about this album, you know, there's so much to this fucking album. To start off with, you know, this is not the traditional sound from Playboy Carti. We get moments where, you know, moments of that grunge, like, trap sound that we hear from Playboy Carti is a track like Pop Out. I mean, you hear Pop Out. You hear these grungy drums. You hear these grungy bass that's in this background. This, you know, beat that feels like it's kind of raging up, it feels like. And it's not subtle at all. This beat is in your face. It's going to be swinging at you. It's going to be hitting you. I mean, Lord mighty, you know, listening to the, you know, to Pop Out and then going to tracks like Crush, where we get more of that kind of electronic, kind of synthy, kind of video game-esque kind of sounds here that we get from Crush. You have Travis Scott helping out too with the song. Again, with those background vocals really come through and you hear them. I mean, overall, when we really think about it, guys, I'm really enjoying this production. But one of the problems with having so many tracks off of the album, you have moments where you listen to tracks that, you know, feel like they don't belong. You know, moments where I'm listening to, like, Evil Jordan. I'm going to be real, guys. Evil Jordan sounds like a track that I would not have as the track that's the fourth track off the album. Maybe Evil Jordan can be on Pop Out. Maybe, you know, K-pop could have this or that. But, I mean, holy shit, when you have so many damn tracks, having tracks where, you know, you have this moment where you have Pop Out, Crush, and K-pop, then you have Evil Jordan, I'm not really feeling. I'm just gonna be real, guys. I really don't know if I like this little, you know, starting standout, this little starting lineup, to be real with you. So, yeah, that's just how I'm feeling about this start of this album. But, you know, but production-wise, it gets so much better. Once we get the tracks like Philly, those synths, those beats, those spacey vibes come in. Once we get the tracks like Mojo Jojo, we got tracks where, you know, you hear that production in the back that just goes absolutely insane, in my opinion. And then you have tracks that just really pop out with tracks like, you know, Radar. Radar's got that, you know, metro sound. It's got those drums really kicking in. Then tracks like Rather Lie, we kind of take a break. We kind of go into that more R&B and kind of, you know, trap soul elements. So I really enjoy that too. And then you got, you know, tracks like, you keep going down this list. And I'm telling y'all that each little section of this album, there is little bits of sections that you can really hear off this album. So I really do enjoy that. You know, you have the more, I would say the more
You've maxed out your 401k. You're contributing to an IRA and making some other investments. You're ahead of the game and doing well. But where do you go from here? The same old story can only get you so far. If you want a new take from a new type of financial professional, we invite you to get a fresh perspective beside an agent with the backing of New York Life. Insurance, investments, retirement, and more. Visit NYL.com to learn more. Investments are offered through registered representatives of NYLife Securities, LLC. Member FINRA SIPC, a New York Life company.
Chaotic intro at the start. You would have tracks that, you know, production doesn't really come together that much. But then you have the second half where, you know, you have like, you know, more trap with R&B elements into it. And then you have tracks like Fine Shit. And then we get back to more of the rapping. You know, we get more of those, you know, hard bass. We get more of those drums. We get to the tracks like Future. You know, you have the horns that really pop out that you can really hear off the track. I do enjoy that this album does have production variety baked into this album. You know, that's a really enjoyable thing about this album. You know, it's more baked in. It's got, you know, production that's got a lot of stuff to it. So I definitely do enjoy that. Now, my next point, I really do enjoy that Playboy Carti's vocals too. I like the vocal variety that we're getting from Playboy Carti. There's moments where he's rapping. There's moments where he can switch it to Future. There's so many moments where, I look at this, album and I go, all right, Playboy Carti. I really do appreciate that we get moments where he's singing. I like, moments of some songs where the baby vocals are in. Sometimes, though, I don't like the baby vocals, to be real with you. Sometimes I listen to a track and I'm just like, what am I even hearing, to be real with you, sometimes with the baby vocals. But, that's the only thing that I don't like. I love all the flow switches that Playboy Carti has on here. I really do enjoy that, so I'm glad that's also on the track. Now, my third and final point, let's talk about the features off this album. Guys, one thing you have to know about me is that sometimes the features don't really hit on these albums. But I will say, the features on this album of I Am Music from Playboy Carti, I'm going to say this, the features absolutely do bring something to the album. They actually bring something that I really do enjoy off the album, and honestly overall too. So I really do enjoy that. Let's say the features really do hit. Features like, Young Thug, Lil Uzi Vert, features like that, and Future. I like how some of these features really got to shine. You had Future, you had Lil Uzi Vert, you had so many artists on here that, just absolutely killed it in my opinion, so I really do enjoy that. Travis Scott was also on here a lot too, so I really do enjoy the features off this album. Guys, so far, let me know how you're enjoying this album so far. Do you enjoy the production, or you enjoy...
I can say to my new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, hey, find a keto-friendly restaurant nearby and text it to Beth and Steve. And it does, without me lifting a finger, so I can get in more squats anywhere I can. 1, 2, 3.
Will that be cash or credit?
Credit. 4.
Galaxy S25 Ultra, the AI companion that does the heavy lifting so you can do you. Get yours at Samsung.com. Compatible with select apps. Requires Google Gemini account. Results may vary based on input. Check responses for accuracy.
The #1 selling product of its kind with over 20 years of research and innovation. Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Empower. Claire is practicing her breathing for her upcoming yoga retreat in Bali. Has she ever done yoga before? No. But Claire worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Join our 19 million customers today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisor Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Om Namaste.
Este episodio es presentado por Honda. Descubra la nueva Honda Passport Trail Sport Todoterreno. La Passport más todoterreno que Honda haya imaginado jamás. Esta Passport cuenta con mayor altura al suelo, barras de techo en todas sus versiones y neumáticas especialmente diseñados para cualquier terreno. Además, disfruta todos tus viajes con el control de clima de 3 zonas, techo panorámico y opciones como asientos delanteros con calefacción y ventilación. Conoce más en honda.com/passport.
And the features, are you enjoying that? I don't know, let me know. Guys, thank you so much for checking out part 1. Make sure, if you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications. I'm always dropping new content every single day. Guys, thank you so much. And we're going to be talking about Playboy Carti's I Am Music. We're going to be talking about all of the features, all of the tracks, everything off the album on the next part. So make sure you go check that out. That's going to be coming out very, very, very soon. I'm going to be working hard. Guys, thank you so much for checking out this podcast again. And yeah, I'm also really enjoying this album. Glad that I actually get to talk about it, guys. And I am also, I do apologize for not checking out a whole lot of Red, 4 years back. But guys, I am here now, and we're going to be reviewing Playboy Carti, so make sure you stay tuned. Part 2 coming soon. All right, guys. Bye.